Hi, Princess here with another Transgirl C, where we talk about comics, cartoons, and other awesome nerd shit. So, it's our midweek video, and that's generally where the other awesome nerd shit comes in, where we're talking about something that's a little different from our normal topics, usually comics, and getting into something a little different. I could talk about Pokemon, I could talk about shipping, I could talk about a whole lot of things. Sometimes it'll be a rant. Last week it was cosplay, and that was sort of a rant. I don't really want these to always be like a ranting video, but this week is also sort of a rant, and I'm sorry for that. We're going to be talking about Pokemon XYZ. That's the show. Specifically, we're going to get into that final fight between Ash and Alain. But before we do that, let's talk about Ash a bit, because I feel like people give Ash a totally bad rep for some things he did, earlier on in his career. Now, most people have only watched the Kanto series, the original Pokemon series, and Ash was not an amazing or even close to a good trainer of the original Pokemon series. In fact, comes to the top 16 of the Pokemon League, mostly because his Charizard decides to take a nap in the middle of battle because it doesn't feel like participating. And that's the whole reason he loses his fight with Richie. And you know what? Fine. It's kind of, his story right there was, he's not a great trainer, he's just an okay trainer, and he got as far as he got. It is worth noting that he got one more round farther than Gary did. So, there's that. Then we move on to Johto. We're ignoring the Orange Island, so don't even bring that up. Get to Johto, he places in the top 8. That's a whole section better, a whole round further than he got previously. And he loses to Harrison, who tells him about the Hoenn League, and so Ash does that, and he comes in top 8 again. And also fine, he loses to Morrison. Morrison actually goes on to win the league, so at least Ash lost to the champion. I forget how he finds out about the Sinnoh League, but he goes to Sinnoh because, new games, new series, gotta keep the motor going. Gets to Sinnoh, has one of the most amazing teams he's ever had, makes it to the top 4, and basically loses because we can't have Ash win the whole darn thing yet. He's gotta, keep going and keep striving, and so they make him fight Tobias, who has a team full of legendaries, which is bullshit in its own right, but fine. He loses top 4. Then you get to Unova, and we really don't... I just really hate this loss. This loss is... he had an okay team. His team was not amazing in Unova at all, but he loses to somebody who didn't even show up with an entire full roster to fight him with. Rilo, however you pronounce that, evolves into Lucario and basically takes the thing home for his challenger. It sucked, but Ash's team wasn't amazing anyway, so fine. It was a huge step back on the show. But we get to Kalos, and Kalos, things pick up, Unova might as well just not happen. Ash has learned from his mistakes, and he's got a great freaking team that he's going to march up and take on the league, and he does take on the league. He gets all the way to the final fight versus Alain, okay? And there was hype surrounding this. I know this video is late, and the only reason I'm complaining about it is because somebody tried to explain to me how things work in Pokemon. I haven't played all the games and watched all the shows, or read all the manga. Sir, sit down and I know what I'm talking about. Shit. Anyway. So, Ash's team in this fight comprises of Pikachu, of course, Hawlucha, Noivern, Talonflame, Goodra, and Greninja. It's a really great competitive team for the show. It's got a lot of coverage. It's got its fair share of weaknesses, but it certainly has its good coverage. And then Alain's team is Tyranitar, Unpheasant, Weavile, Bisharp, Charizard, of course. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, Metagross. which Metagross actually comes up in my rant, so, you know, I should have remembered that. It's fine. Whatever. Let's move on. Now, the fight was pretty great right off the bat. Ash comes in strong with Pikachu and uses some tricks to kind of get around that Tyranitar. Like, Tyranitar is not immune to electric type attacks, so it's really not a callback to the Brock fight because Brock's Onix is ground rock, whereas Tyranitar is rock dark. So, sure, electric attack's not super effective, but it still is plausible for Pikachu to win. On top of that, Tyranitar takes a full Iron Tail to the face and goes down. I'm totally okay with that because Pikachu has been around forever. It's arguably Ash's strongest Pokemon just based on how long he's had it and how long he's trained it. After that, it's Weavile and Noivern, and I'm okay with Noivern losing to Weavile because Weavile has a great type advantage in Ice versus Dragon. Ice Dark, but the Dark's not an important part. The Ice is the important part because Noivern is a Flying Dragon type, both which have a type disadvantage to Ice. And so Noivern going down kind of easily, fine. I'm okay with that. I would have liked a bit of a longer fight, but it's fine. It's okay. And then Ash sends in Hawlucha, or Hawlucha basically volunteers itself and comes in and takes care of the Weavile. Of course, Weavile is 4 times weak against fighting. Still great. So the fight's still fine and okay, even if Bisharp comes in and beats Hawlucha. In fact, I really want to say that Hawlucha beats Hawlucha because it misses that high jump kick, and that's some serious damage to miss that kick. So I'm less okay with Hawlucha losing there because it should have won, but missing a high jump kick like that, I mean, it's totally the writer's doing, but it's not implausible, so Hawlucha loses, Bisharp wins, Alain calls Bisharp back. Next fight is Alain's Unfezant versus Ash's Talonflame, which is a weird matchup, kind of. I mean, it's a flying battle, so fine. But here's where things start to get a little south for me in terms of storytelling. Earlier in the series, Ash's Talonflame stands up to and, combats Moltres. Actual Moltres. Like, sure, you can argue that Moltres is the weakest of the legendary birds, because of its typing, but it's still a legendary Pokemon the Talonflame stands up to on almost evenly. So, Alain's Unfezant, just in terms of, actions and strength, shouldn't stand up to Talonflame because, one, it's a really great Pokemon with that fire flying type versus just normal flying. There's no reason, in my mind, that it should have come to a double KO like it does. But it comes to a double KO. And, sure, fine. Okay. It's not like fire has a distinct type advantage over flying or anything like that. So, sure, double KO. I mean, we can blame Brave Bird for that because it has a recoil, and it was a good, strong hit from Sky Attack versus Brave Bird, so fine, double KO. Sorry. So we're down to the last 3 Pokemon on each side. The field type changes from Rock Water to just Grass. And it goes to Pikachu versus Metagross. Now, if Metagross had flat out won, Talonflame should have been fighting the Metagross, but I guess that's where the writing comes in. But Metagross could have won, it didn't, but it certainly wore the F out of Pikachu, and that's fine because Pikachu has no clear type advantages from any of its attacks. All of its attacks are electric, normal, and steel. Alain's Metagross is weird, though, because it has agility, which is a psychic ability, so I can't say it didn't have any psychic abilities, but it doesn't have psychic or Zen Headbutt or anything like that. It just has Meteor Mash, Rock Slide, and Iron Claw. It's a really weird setup, and I don't know. I don't appreciate it, I guess. Just from a move competitive standpoint, it's just not very good in my opinion. But Metagross bodies Pikachu really hard, but through a series of precise attacks, hard work, and staying where Metagross can't reach Pikachu, Pikachu does come out on top, but is severely worn out, and then faces off against Charizard. I launch Charizard. Now here's where things really get cockeyed, because I'm fine with Alain's Charizard winning against a tired out Pikachu. Fine. We're okay with that. What I'm not okay with is what happens later in the fight because of it, because Pikachu does some seriously solid attacks on that Charizard, from a couple of Thunderbolts to an Iron Tail before being taken out. Like, there's some serious Pikachu damage on that Charizard. And then Pikachu goes down, Alain calls Charizard back, and it's two Pokemon now. Alain still has Bisharp and Charizard, both of which have been in battle, have taken damage, and are fatigued. Bisharp had a really good matchup with Hawlucha, but didn't take a ton of damage, so you could argue it's more fatigue than damage, and so it could get some of that back by staying out of battle. So fine, okay. But it's coming in against Ash's last two Pokemon, which are Goodra and Greninja, both of which have not been in the fight at all. And there's no reason that either of those two should lose to either of Alain's Pokemon. So Alain sends out Bisharp, Ash sends out Goodra, and Bisharp wins. It's dumb as hell. I don't know how Bisharp wins. It has damage, it's fatigued. Goodra's out and fresh, does two great Dragon Pulses, Bide, and tosses Bisharp around. Like, after that Bide, Bisharp should have been down, but it wasn't. I can't tell you why. Only the writers can. Like, it's total jank crap. So Ash sends out Greninja because it's the only Pokemon he has left, and Greninja takes care of a very tired, very damaged Bisharp real easily, and then it comes down to Ash is Greninja versus Alain's Charizard. Now remember, Charizard is sitting on a lot of Pikachu damage. Tons of Pikachu damage. Greninja has taken no damage from Bisharp, and I mean, it was like a quick knockout for Bisharp versus Greninja, and the two fight. Of course, Alain uses Mega Evolution, Greninja uses its Battle Bond to become Ash Greninja, and the two face off, and honestly, even if you account for the fact that Charizard X is a Dragon Fire type, which means water attacks aren't super effective, they're still plain standard effective. And Greninja's using its great attacks, like Battle Bond, which is what makes it Ash Greninja, is a serious power boost. Basically, almost on par with the Mega Evolution in a lot of ways. Like, it's the strongest a Greninja can be. So, there's that. And Charizard wins. Like, let's just get... I mean, this video is going on long enough. Charizard wins. It wins via Blast Burn, which is a fire attack. Like, there's... Even with Stab, Greninja's still a water type, and Charizard takes the biggest water shuriken ever thrown in the history of water shurikens at this Charizard, and goes down anyway. It's ridiculous. It's one of those where both attacks hit, and you wait to see who falls, and you expect it to be Charizard, because there's no way it shouldn't be Charizard. The entire fight is set up for Ash to win. Like, because it mirrors the Paul fight from Sinnoh. Like, Ash has fought Alain multiple times. He's never beaten Alain. The same way he had fought Paul multiple times and never beaten Paul. Everything is set up in the storytelling perspective for Ash to be on top. Just throughout the fight, the comments that people are making, Ash should win this, but Greninja falls and Ash loses, and Alain wins. So, sorry, somebody's leaving. And it's a fake out, too, because you see Charizard start to stumble to catch itself, and then Greninja, who looks perfectly healthy, like there's not even like dirt scrapes or anything, suddenly falls, Alain wins. What I'm getting at is that not only should have Ash won, but it doesn't mean that the show had to end. the winner of the league only gets the right to face the Elite Four, and then the champion, all in one go. It's the same as in the manga. You can say it's not like the games, but it is certainly like the manga in a lot of respects, and there's just no way that the journey had to end because Ash won a Pokemon League. He could have lost to either one of the members of the Elite Four, or he could have lost to Diantha herself because she had a boss-ass team who probably could have taken Ash easily just because she's the champion and they're all trained up well. But that's everything. That's my rant. Still kind of angry. This weekend, for our main video, we're going to be talking about Hawkeye. We're going to talk about Kate Bishop. Just seems fitting. So look forward to that. As always, I'm Fire Princess Lily, and until next time, enjoy cartoons, enjoy comics. I said it backwards, but I'll see you in the next video anyway. Bye.